Hello students, today we are going to continue with our chapter, the first chapter measurement. In that we have completed about area, then we completed volume, now we are going on to density. Last time we had learned the definition of density. Density is the mass per unit volume of a substance, okay, and we learned a formula also, that density is equal to mass by volume, okay. Now what is the unit of density? That is, when we are measuring, what unit will we give for density? Unit of density is, unit of mass by unit of volume. So it is mass, unit of mass by unit of volume. So the SI unit of mass is kilogram. So you will write kilogram here. And what is a SI unit of volume? It is cubic meter. So cubic meter means meter into meter into meter, 3 times meter. That is why we write meter cube. See here, meter cube. This is called meter cube. So what is the unit of density? It is kilogram per meter cube, or kilogram meter raised to -3. That is, instead of writing it in the denominator, we put it with a negative sign here. So you can write kilogram meter raised to -3. Okay. The symbol unit of mass is gram. So even you can write the CGS unit. Okay. In CGS unit, when you write for mass, you will write gram, and for volume you will write centimeter cube. So it is gram per centimeter cube. Very important. Remember, what is the SI unit of density? It is kilogram per meter cube. What is the CGS unit of density? It is gram per centimeter cube. Okay. So we will find out a relationship between this gram per centimeter cube and kilogram per meter cube. So you see here, 1 kilogram per meter cube. If I want to convert this 1 kilogram into grams, 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So instead of 1 kilogram, I have written here 1000 gram. And here in the denominator you have meter cube. Meter cube means meter into meter into meter. So each meter we can convert into centimeter. So instead of 1 meter, we'll put 100 centimeter, then 100 centimeter and 100 centimeter. So this is 100 into 100 into 100 centimeter cube. I will explain again that we have 1 kilogram by meter cube here. So 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams, and 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter is 100 centimeter into 100 centimeter into 100 centimeter. So here 3 zeros and 3 zeros will get cancelled. So we have 1000 left here. So the final will be 1 kilogram per meter cube is equal to 1 gram per 1000 centimeter cube. Okay. Or if you take 1000 on this side, we can write 1000 kilogram per meter cube is equal to 1 gram per centimeter cube. Now this is a very important relationship. Okay. Because usually we think that we think that here, you see here, which one is a bigger unit if you think about that. So see, 1 gram per centimeter cube has how many kilogram per meter cube in it? 1000 kilogram per meter cube. So that means this 1 gram per centimeter cube is a bigger unit in this case. Okay. So usually we know that kilogram is a bigger unit like that, but when it is gram per centimeter cube, it becomes a bigger unit than kilogram per meter cube. 1000 kilogram per meter cube, when they join together, then only it will become 1 gram per centimeter cube. You understand? So if you have 2000 kilogram per meter cube, convert into gram per centimeter cube. So you will write 2 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 2000 meter per 2000 kilogram per meter cube. Next, determination of density of regular solids. So now we want to find the density of regular solids. So you know that mass upon volume is density. So when you want to find the density, you have to find the mass of the solid and you have to find the volume of the solid. So how do we find the mass of a solid? You can find it by using a beam balance, isn't it? You can put it on a balance and you can find out the mass. So that way you can find the mass of the regular solid. So using a beam balance, measure the mass m of the solid. Now you want to find the volume, and you all know that volume can be found out by using any formula. Regular of solids aanenge, you can find the volume by using a formula. So you suppose if it is a cuboid, then we can find the length, breadth and height by using a meter ruler, and length into breadth into height will give the volume. So you might have some numerical problems like this, that you will be given the mass and you will be given the length, breadth and height of a cuboid. So what will you do? You have to find the volume of the cuboid, and volume of the cuboid will be length into breadth into height. Okay. So once you find the volume, what will you do? You have to find the density. Density is equal to mass by volume. So you will just take density is equal to mass by volume. So that is how we find out the density of regular solids. Then for an irregular solid, you already know this also, that for mass we will use the beam balance. We will find the mass by using a beam balance. Then we have to find the volume. For finding out volume, you will take the measuring cylinder, then note the initial volume, then you put in the whatever solid is given to you, you have to immerse it in the water, and then note the level again. If the volume is V2, then we take the difference, isn't it? This we have done so many times, that the volume of the object will be V2 minus V1. Okay. So we will try in some problems and find out how to find the volume. Okay. Last time I had given you measuring cylinder and I had asked you to find out the volume of the solid. So you know how to find the volume of an irregular solid. So finally what we do, we find density is equal to mass upon volume. That is very easy. We can find out the volume of an irregular solid in this way. Then determination of density of a liquid. If you want to measure the density of the liquid, we have to find the mass of the liquid. Now we cannot measure the liquid directly on a beam balance, isn't it? So what we have to do, we have to take a certain, first we have to take an empty beaker. Okay, suppose we put an empty beaker on the beam balance and it measures 50 gram. So we measure the empty beaker. Then what we do, we put some milk into it. Suppose say 50 ml of milk into it. And then again you measure take the weight of this. Suppose if the measurement comes to 150 gram. So that means how much milk is there? So the empty beaker was 50 gram. And now with the milk it is 150 gram. So how will you find the mass of the milk? Mass of the milk will be 150 minus 50. So that will be how much? 100 grams. So that means milk is 100 grams. And then mass we got, then volume 50 ml. So we divide 100 by 50 and we can get the density of the liquid. Now suppose it is given here, one case is given. Mass of the milk, suppose the volume of the liquid is 50 ml, and then when you measure it, if the mass of milk is 51.5 gram, that is just an example that is given here. So if it is 51.5 gram, then what you have to do, you have to just divide 51.5 gram, that is a mass, by the volume, and you will get the density of the milk. So that is how we find the density of the milk. So we will be doing some numerical problems, so that time it will be very clear to you. So for finding the density, just remember we have to take the mass. So use any technique to find the mass. You can directly use, for solids you can directly measure it on a beam balance. For liquid you have to put it in a container and take the weight of the container first, and then container plus the milk or liquid, and then subtract the container's mass from that. So you will get the mass of the liquid. Divide the mass of the liquid with the volume and you will get the density. Now this is a table in which the density of certain substance is given. So you can see that mercury density is 13.6 in gram per centimeter cube. So among liquids, mercury is the densest. isn't it? And among the solid, see which is the densest? Lead is very dense, lead. And cork is, see, very less density. Okay, cork is less denser, 0.25, than water also. Water is 1. So if you put cork in water, the cork is light, it is less dense, so it will start floating. So all the things which have less density, they float on water. Okay, so we will learn all these concepts later on. So this is just to acquaint you with the densities of substance. So you see here, when in gram per centimeter cube, it is 0.25. But when density you say in kilogram per meter cube, you have to multiply it with 1000. And then you will get that, because 1 gram per centimeter cube is 1000 kilogram per meter cube. So I hope you understood all this. So today no homework. Next time we will discuss some numerical problems that you will have to do in your notebook.